Now that we know a little bit about the thresholds that children have and what they can look like and what we call them, let's talk a little bit about what you can do in your environment to support children, all children, but especially children who may have sensory processing disorder. The number one thing, which has been mentioned over and over, is know the triggers and what can help them. Be prepared to be able to co-regulate with a child. When making changes to the environment to be more sensitive to someone who has sensitivities or sensory processing disorder, make the changes little by little. Big changes can be disruptive to anyone, and especially someone who may have sensory processing disorder. So those little changes, little by little, one at a time, step by step, and offers emotional support and validation. Recognizing that a child with sensory processing disorder, they are experiencing something different, and they need to know that what they're experiencing is okay. So if it's a loud environment and it doesn't seem loud to you or it doesn't seem loud to other children, validating to the child is, oh, this feels very loud to you. I understand. You can go and be over here. It's further away from the speaker, and maybe it won't be so loud to you over there. Or if you would like to, you can go and move yourself over into a rest area or an environment that's set aside for someone who needs to regulate, and they can move over there. But being sure that that space that is separate is still easily accessible so a child can come and go into that space with ease. Also communicate warnings, give words to what's happening. And being able to say, oh, we're going to do this, and it might be loud to you. So if you're going to be going into a music time, say, oh, the music might be loud for you. If it's loud for you, then this is what you can do. You can sit next to me, or you can move to the back, and that might be helpful for you. Also, know that each child in your environment comes at a different spectrum. Not everybody hits the same milestone at the same time, and not every person has the same central nervous system sensitivities. And creating that environment is for the children and setting it up for their needs. While we work within that environment, an environment that's set up specifically for children to meet the needs of children at that developmental stage goes a long way in supporting children in developing their central nervous system regulation, especially for children with sensory processing disorder. And then being very mindful of offering sensory breaks, especially for a sensitive child, but for all children and for yourself. We've all had those days where we're like, oh, I just need to step out. Children have those days too. Being sensitive to that and making sure that they have the space to separate themselves and to just rest their bodies for just a moment goes a long way in creating a peaceful environment.